One Piece boasts some of the most iconic swordsmen in anime, excelling in style, character, and elegance. Each character wielding a sword has a strong attachment to their weapon, and the way they use their silvery blade reflects their overall personality and just their general mood at the time. But today we wonder what would happen if the most iconic sword-wielding characters of the One Piece world were shifted to another world where they all occupy the same position. Let's say, the Hashira of Demon Slayer. These are a group of skilled fighters that are excellent with the sword and unswerving in their motivations. Let me show you what if the best swordsmen in One Piece were Hashira in Demon Slayer. At number 9, one of the admirals of the world government. Fujitora has a heart of kindness and compassion, but an ability that embodies annihilation in its crudest form. He is able to manipulate gravity to his advantage, raining down meteors onto his enemies at the slightest notice. As far as personality goes, you would think this calm and composed man would take the place of Gyomei in the world of Demon Slayer. But this blind old man would best be capable while wielding the wind breathing of Sanemi Shinazugawa. He would, unlike Whitebeard, have an incredibly understanding and friendly relationship with all his allies. His compassion and soft-heartedness would make him the emotional anchor of the entire Demon Slayer Corps, and the wind breathing style would allow him to manipulate the very air around him, making him incredibly lethal in both long-range and close-range attacks. His sword, the Isho, is useful not just for its attacking potential, but Fujitora can use it to deflect attacks and sense his surroundings. In effect, the Isho serves as his eyes, and the wind-breathing style complements his gallery of tools. At number 8 is Zoro. Like Rayleigh, Zoro is the right-hand man for the future king of the pirates. He is someone who is unwavering in his commitment to his goals, whether it be helping Luffy become Pirate King or becoming himself the greatest swordsman the world has ever seen. His three-sword style technique makes him formidable and allows him to cut through anything, even metal. As a Hashira, Zoro would be the Water Hashira, someone who, like Giyu Tomioka, is committed to the job of destroying demons, while also showing care towards his allies. His outward coldness reflects only his professional nature and the seriousness with which he takes his duties. What lies underneath is a sense of genuine justice, humility, and protectiveness towards his fellow Hashira who, if our list continues this way, would require people that have a calm head like Zoro's. The water-breathing technique obviously reflects Zoro's tranquil style of fighting and his elegant use of swords. It allows him to smoothly deflect attacks at imperceptible speed, uses fluid movements to cause immense damage to his enemies through minimal effort, and, when required, creating massive whirlpools that reflect the enormous scale of his strength. At number 7, the ever-reliant right-hand man of the King of the Pirates himself, Dark King Silver's Rayleigh. Even at his old age and current One Piece timeline, is one of the most formidable characters in the entire show. His double-edged sword, the Ama no Murakumo, complements Rayleigh's incredibly quick combat style and allows him to fend off multiple opponents at once. This, combined with his Buso Shoku Haki, allows him to harden his surroundings and deflect attacks as well. As an individual, Rayleigh is calm, friendly, and extremely intelligent, calculating each and every one of his moves while also observing his surroundings very astutely. All of this makes him a perfect candidate for the sound Hashira in the Demon Slayer world. As a Hashira, like Tengen, his flashy and often flamboyant personality makes him a lovable and classy figure among his peers and subordinates, all of whom, especially the women, fawn over him and desire his tutelage. The sound technique would allow him to carry over his techniques from One Piece, being able to create absolute havoc through his sword by creating loud tornadoes and vibrations that can tear the ground asunder. At number 6 is Ryuma. The legendary samurai of Wano occupies a mythical place in the One Piece world as the epitome of legendary swordsmen. Ryuma was a wanderer who lived his life by a strict code of honor that made him both immensely ruthless, but also a true swordsman whose life knew nothing else but war and conflict. As a Hashira, Ryuma seems to fit the label of the Mist Hashira. Not only does his lonesome and mysterious personality supplement this, but it is also that his fighting style strongly resembles that of an obscure samurai emerging out of the mist and attacking you in the most unexpected, yet effective, way possible. The mist style enables one to disorient one's target. It would also enable Ryuma to manipulate himself like the mist, fitting his character as a shadowy assassin whose unpredictable movements can only be made worse by his expert mastery over one of the 21 great swords, the Shusui. Number 5 is Odin. The old Emperor of Wano and a crew member of the Roger Pirates was truly an immense force to be reckoned with. His legendary and monstrous strength is made even more frightening because of his unlimited resilience and endurance. Using the two-sword style technique with the Enma and Ame no Habakiri, Odin was one of the few people to successfully challenge, and before his inevitable betrayal, subdue the beast Kaido to a degree. In the world of Demon Slayer, we believe Odin would be the best pick for the insect Hashira. It's not just because, due to his purple and white Neo-Daisuke, Odin literally resembles a scorpion insect while in fighting mode. We promise. The samurai is actually best suited for this role because it reinforces his ability to sting those around him with countless shallow cuts that are both rough and ruthless. Combined with the poisonous venom that he can mimic through this style, Odin would be a force to be reckoned with for the demons around him. As a Hashira, however, he would be incredibly friendly to his allies, his desire for adventure and emotions often making the lines between his professional duties and his lofty ambitions very blurry. However, Odin isn't Odin if it wasn't boiled, as they say, and this great man would serve at his best for the course only when he is allowed a high degree of freedom and mobility. At number 4 is Whitebeard. The fatherly captain of the Whitebeard pirates has cemented his place as one of the greatest swordsmen, and even though his weapon of choice is a bit questionable, I've chosen him against characters like Big Mom, Shiryu, or Trafalgar Law just upon the fact that he was termed as the strongest pirate during his reign, someone who clashed blades against the likes of Gold D. Roger. Whitebeard is someone who desires family and acts as a solid foundation for every organization that he has been a part of. He's also exceptionally strong and massive in stature. Just the mere sight of Whitebeard is enough to inspire awe amongst even his worst enemies. In the world of Demon Slayer, Whitebeard as a Hashira would have a leading role in guiding the next generation of the Corps, and would have a very tense, yet mostly cooperative, relationship with the rest of the Hashira. He would occupy a position similar to the stone Hashira, Gyomei Himejima. A soft mentor for the young but often strict, Whitebeard as a Hashira would resemble the volatile personality of Stone while also being a figure of authority and respectability. At number 3 we have Shanks. As an Emperor of the Sea, Shanks, though he may have an outward personality of calm, kindness, and procrastination, is in fact one of the strongest characters in all of anime. He is an expert swordsman and used to duel with the world's greatest, Dracul Mihawk, on a daily basis. Shanks is also skilled at hockey, and as shown from his duels with Akainu, and especially Kid, has the ability to deflect whatever attack he wants with his sword. So, what Hashira would Shanks be if he shifted to the world of demons? The Thunder Hashira, of course. Yes, Shanks may not have the personality of Jigoro, the former Thunder Hashira. He has no irrational obsession with conflict and does not derive any pleasure out of it. In contrast, as a Hashira, Shanks would probably be the life of the party alongside Odin, bringing in the booze and telling everyone to chill out. However, he would also be able to utilize the thunder breathing technique to its fullest advantage. The chaotic energy behind the manipulation of thunder would really allow Shanks to finish fights as quickly as they started, and allow the Hashira to conserve a lot of strength. This is how Shanks operates, striking rarely, but striking hard. At number 2, what would the Pirate King be if he was a Hashira in the Demon Slayer world? Roger is a man burning with ambition and a sense of adventure. He wanted to turn the world of One Piece upside down, and with that ambition, and a whole lot of individual strength, managed to do that in spectacular fashion. In the Demon Slayer world, Roger would be the Flame Hashira. Like Rengoku, Roger's love for adventure and his inherent kindness would endear him to the entirety of the Corps, while also making him the glue which holds all the Hashira together. In addition to that, the flame technique encapsulates his burning passions and emotions, and his manipulation of fire would make him a formidable and relentless enemy for demons that Roger would, to be very blunt, chase for sport. At number 1, we have the strongest swordsman in the world. Mihawk from One Piece wields the Yoru, a Christian cross-shaped sword which he needs to use only once to scare away even the mightiest of enemies. Mihawk is a patient and composed man, indifferent to the world around him but extremely interested in those that can challenge him in physical combat. In the world of Demon Slayer, Mihawk would occupy the role of the serpent Hashira. And no, it's not because Mihawk's eyes are yellow and snake-like. It's actually the perfect embodiment of who Mihawk is as a person, and how he can manipulate these techniques to suit his masterful swordsmanship. Mihawk is a recluse, rarely interested in anything, including his own job. However, he's extremely efficient, and has the capacity to do literally whatever he wants with his sword to scare away even the mightiest of demons. That's all for today. Have I missed any other great swordsmen? Would love to know your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell to be notified of any latest uploads. That said, see you in the next one.